chicks, let's chat. So this topic comes by special request just because someone, one of the subscribers were in my comments and they asked if I could kind of speak on this topic. And even like I said, listen, any topic that has to do with friends and friendship, that really tugs at my heartstrings because I have been through, the whole gamut when it comes to relationships with friends. And friends, like my best friend, like the person that I just like, I don't know, like I just can't even articulate into words what the person, meant to me. Well, she passed from breast cancer some years ago. We grew up together, like literally from daycare. It's when I met her at daycare. And just periodically through the years, it's like some kind of way we always ended up, for the most part, at the same school. And that was elementary, middle. Now high school, by that time, we was able to always connect when we wanted to, so we didn't go to the same high school. But by that time, we was always, being around each other anyway. So we go into adulthood, and still having the friendship, still, just, I don't know, just when you have a relationship like that, a best friend that you trust, both of y'all love each other, you wish each other well, and then that relationship ends for whatever reason. In this case, it ended because, life ended. Those type of relationships, that I don't know, I can't help but feel that they are once in a lifetime. And if you happen to have more relationships like that, then you are truly, truly beyond blessed. So, having had a friendship like that, it just makes the term friendship weigh heavy on me, and even when I talk about it, it does something to me, like I'm listening to my voice, because it's just, I don't know, it's one of those things that you have to experience it to really understand it. When you really have somebody in your life that you could talk to them about anything, like they're your biggest supporter, they're your biggest fan. When you have that and you have it for years and then it abruptly goes away, it really feels like a chunk of your existence, not even just your heart, just like a chunk of you, and those relationships, like, they may never ever get replaced. I don't know, because I feel like when it comes to our friendships, we have friends that we do certain things with, we have friends that we talk about certain things with, this may be my friend that, we just go out and do brunch and, girl, how's work doing, and then I might have a friend over here that, hey, we actually club and we actually, run the streets together or whatever. And then I may have another, good little pal that she my work buddy, or I may just have another chick that, hey, we go to church together. A lot of us, we have friends that we do certain things with, right? But when you have the kind of friend that you can do everything with, like that's next level. That's top tier. Like, y'all can do whatever because y'all connected that way. Like, I could go out with you because We gonna have fun. We both know that, hey, we move a certain way. You not gonna be wanting to stay and I'm ready to go. You not gonna be taking too long getting on my nerves. You not gonna show up in the stupid looking outfit and I'm like, girl, oh my gosh, I don't even want to go here with you. Like, when you have a friend that y'all just really on the same page, that don't say y'all ain't don't never get into it about anything or whatever, but when you literally can just do whatever, you know that that's your person. Y'all gonna show up pretty much on the same page, no matter what the set is, no matter what the situation is. That's top tier. That's top tier, And she was my person for that. Like, whatever. I don't have to worry about whatever it is. If we're gonna do this, she know how we're gonna move when we're doing this. If we're gonna do that, she know how we're gonna move when we're doing that. So having had that experience, for me, friendship takes on a whole different animal of itself. It is definitely, it weighs a lot to me, having had it and then not having it and then forever missing it. Because once you have an experience like that and it's gone, you're always wishing that you had that person. In every situation, you like, man, So when it comes to, when you get to a situation where you've experienced the best, and then the flip side of that is the rest. So for me, the experiences with people and with people who, are supposed to be your friends, like I pay a lot of attention to those type of relationships. Just, because I feel like in my mind and in my heart, I know what it looks like when it's right. So I understand that it may never be what I had, but I also know what it looks like when it's wrong, and that ain't it. And so the request came to discuss friends who play both sides. And when I say I have had the biggest experience in that area as well, and what I have come to understand and come to look back and know is this. For a lot of those situations that end up wrong with friends, there was something at the start and before that was telling you no about one or both of the so-called friends. And you either ignored it or you overrode it to give that person a chance. Right? And generally speaking, if I could take a guess, I would say that it went well for a while. And you were like, okay, this person, they cool. They, we even probably maybe became close in some ways. But it's when the humps and bumps of life come that you start to see why your first mind, as they say, told you not to go down that aisle with that person. Why your first feelings for that person was nothing, was no good. Like they wasn't your cup of tea. It was like, no. Right? So to kind of give a little short story, if I could make it short. I had a friend or an associate at one point that initially when I met this person, like that was not my cup of tea, like none about him, Plus not keep in mind at that point when I met that person, my real friend, she was still alive and she already knew the person. And she was like, hey, tread light with that one, you know. So in my mind, I was like, they really ain't even my cup of tea anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed my distance from them for years. And then as we got older a little bit, we kind of started talking more, if you will. Not even sure how or what, because like I said, they never was my speed, you know. I didn't like, they talked too much, they lied too much. Like I just never cared for them from what I seen from a distance. But I don't even know what it was that brought us to having conversations. But you always know, like sometimes how a person wanna talk to you or wanna be affiliated with you or something like that. So to me, that's how it was. Like I seen like that, you know. So because I knew about myself that I could be very standoffish at that time, you know, I would every now and then put my guards down and be like, you know, entertain them, especially when I see they kind of want to be friendly with me. And I just wasn't really that accepting of certain people anyways. So let the person in, thought it was cool or whatever. Okay. So the problem comes in when we kind of share a friend, right? So through the years, the person would constantly be in the business of me and the other friend, right? Telling me this, telling them that. Playing both sides, right? And it would be weird because me and the other person would talk, right? So I'm like, the stuff they tell this person, they don't even know that I know, and vice versa. And so at that point, it's like it started making me pull back, like, this person doing too much. You know, like you get a person a chance, and then it's the both sides, right? And it's a whole lot to that I have to skip because it'll take hours to tell all the foolishness. But long story short, get into a situation where this person has another friend who dealing with the same person that I'm dealing with, right? In my mind, it's fair game, if you will, because even though I know the person, like we hadn't really been friends since high school. So this person who's in the middle, she plays both sides. And she like, hey, well, you know, such and such, saying she likes such and such. And I said, well, listen, tell such and such, hey, go get them. Because really, I feel like it's up to that person to say, no, they friends, I shouldn't do that, right? So with me, I always try to be like, keep it G code, like, you know, hey, it's whatever, you know, especially in certain times when it's like, when you the type of person, you have your pick, it's like, hey, do you, then, hey, whatever they decide, like, it takes nothing off of me, you know. So boom, she relayed a message and the person like, oh, no, I wouldn't do that, boom, I wouldn't do that. So I was like, okay, cool. So I checked Buddy, like, you know, that's my homegirl, like, what you doing, you know? And Buddy like, well, I didn't know that was your homegirl, et cetera, so forth. Okay, cool. Years later, and I walk in, right, and she invite me to the house. I walk in, old girl there. I'm like, you know, hey, you just always big hugs. Hey, how you doing? I ain't seen it, you know. But I noticed, like, girl, she moving funny. Like the chick who invited me, she's acting pretty normal. But the chick that's there, she like almost like she done seen a ghost, right? So I'm peeping the whole time, but I'm like, hey, okay, you know, whatever. So she leaves real fast. She don't stay long, you know. And I noticed this time, you know, it wasn't like the little hugs, hey girl, you know, so I'm like. So as soon as the chick leave, the chick who invited me, she started talking to me about old boy, right? So I thought that was like, you waited till she left to start to mention him though. Boom, to notes, mental notes all the time I'm taking them. Fast forward, I say maybe a year later. Guess who low key having dealings? I don't know nothing about it, right? And of course, the person that's in the middle, she ain't said nothing. Now, initially, you said something though. So why not? Because see, now, me and you are no longer as close. Because I've been had to start distancing myself from you, right? Because you was a big liar. Everybody knows that, you know. And I had to start taking myself out of that picture, right? So now that me and you ain't as close, even though we still, you know, when this happens, you have picked your side. So you don't inform me that, hey, you know, they got something going on. Now, I'm supposed to be your friend. This girl's supposed to be your friend too. Oh, we're supposed to be your friend too. Right? Last time, you said, hey, such. You came correct. You told me this. I told you, hey, let old girl know. I ain't tripping on nothing. Whatever buddy decide to do, that's on him. You know, my beef gonna be with the boy, with the man. So, whole time, this, like, I can't even tell you how long it had been going on. But by the time I found out about it, I'm like, oh, so y'all been playing on the beef for a long time, because who knows how long it's been going on. And when I thought back, the last time I was around her, she was acting funny. She left real fast. And then Chick brought him up soon as she left. So I said, oh, okay, that's what we doing. So it's like certain things start playing back in your mind, like, oh, this is why, okay, because this has been going on, okay. So that was my big lesson with playing both sides, right? What it is that a person's loyalty, they either gonna have more loyalty for you or they gonna have more loyalty to the other person. Now, how you go about finding out where their loyalty really lies, and remind you, this person had told me my loyalty is to you. Came out her mouth and told me my loyalty is to you. This person had said this a few years ago, my loyalty is to you. Loyalties was not to me. Even when she was telling me that, your loyalty is not to me. You know, your loyalty is to him. So that's why I had to get to a point where I let y'all be friends, because that's where your loyalties really lie. And who am I to tell a person, now you got to be loyal to me? No. When I see you ain't loyal to me, I know how to exit stage left, boo. And that's what you really have to do. When you see them people playing both sides, they're not on your side. Because when it comes down to it, they really on everybody's side but your side. Because when a person really has loyalties or a certain degree of loyalties to you, because I don't really believe that it's very few people who just are 100% loyal to you. You know, very, very few. You know, people can sell out for less than what you ever can imagine they'll sell out for. You know, so really putting your faith in people 100% and feeling like it's no way they will go left on you, that is not the move. That is so not the move. You can't have that type of stock in people, because people gonna people, you know, and when put in the right situation and given the right circumstances, they will go left. been under situations and circumstances when they themselves didn't ever think they would go left. But if the right things line up in a certain way and they have to make certain decisions, it's not going to work out in your favor, you know. But then again, it does work out in your favor, because once you really understand that these people are not loyal to you, and that the love and the, you know, everything you thought they had for you, when you start understanding that it's not there, it does work out in your favor, because you could get from around them people and you could get them people from around you. And that's the best thing you're going to ever do. Anytime you see a person playing two sides, send them to that side. Let them have that side. Because what they really don't know is that that side ain't even as loyal to you as you think. You know how many conversations me and dude done had about old girl and how big of a life she is? Once you know certain people and their characteristics don't line up to your morals and your values and beliefs, the best thing you could do is get from around them people. Because truth be told, once you start really knowing them in a certain way, you don't care for them in the way that you should. Especially when you're saying, I call you my friend. When their morals, values, and the way they move don't no longer really line up with your stuff, get from around. That's the best thing you can do, because you start having to perpetrate a fraud, because you know you don't care for them in that way no more. But because of y'all history, or because of who y'all may be connected to, you keep them on your team. And I ain't even gonna tell no lie. At the point where I really knew, like, this person ain't loyal to me, part of me kept her just to keep me in the loop. Because I know she gonna talk so much and tell everything that she want to, when she want to, when it's beneficiary, when she just want to be messy or just want to tell you something. So just to let you know, oh, I got one up on you, I know about this and you don't, you know. When she want to play those games, then, you know, she'll put a little bug in your ear. Part of me kept her around for that. Because I know every now and then you're going to throw me a little something every now and then. Just a little something that I didn't know, you know. But the reality is that when you're real grown, you don't play them games. You realize that people are who they are. They don't line up with your stuff. They're not loyal to you. They're playing both sides. Get them out your space. Get away from them. Let them kick rocks. And go about your business. Because 10 times out of 10, they weren't making that much of an impact in your life anyways. You had them there for whatever reason. You know, reasons that was beneficial to you. When it's no longer beneficial to you, they're going to be gone anyways. Right? So, truthfully, just don't even play those games. Get them gone. Ain't no two sides. It either is or it isn't. Your loyalties either are to me or they're not. Right? You will save yourself a huge hassle by not entertaining people when they're playing both sides. And I don't care who they are, because a lot of times it could be your family. It could be, you know, in my case, like somebody that, you know, you dealing with them in a serious way, and you start realizing, hey, they don't have a loyalty to me, you know. So hey, get them gone. That's the best thing you can do. Soon as you start seeing it, and you know, a lot of times we as women, we can jump to the wrong conclusions, and we could just, you know, overthink stuff or whatever. But beyond that, when you really know and they've showed you some stuff that you like, you know what? Get from around them and get them from around you. That's the best thing you can do for people who play on both sides. They really don't mean you or them any good, because given the right situation, they talk about the other people too. Like when I sit and think about it, I'm like, nah, me and her done had conversations about the other girl. Me and her done had conversations about him. Me and him done had conversations about her. You know what I'm saying? So, truth be told, nobody is loyal. No, nobody is 100% loyal to you. And especially when you start seeing that it's looking a little funny, or the person leaning, leaning a little to the left when you would like them to be leaning a little to the right, get them gone, get from around the people. Because life, to me, life is so serious that you don't really have the time that you think to entertain a lot of foolishness. But I do believe that sometimes certain things are going on in your life and happening. It's for the lesson. It may not be a good thing, but it's for the lesson. Some bad things have to happen. Some not so good things, some things that may hurt your feelings, some things that may hurt your soul, some things that may surprise you, disappoint you. They have to happen for you to get the lesson sometimes, right? Experience is the best teacher. Anybody could tell you 1,000 times about something, but when you really get that experience and grab that lesson up out of there, something to be said for that. So get from around them people that's playing both sides. Send them to the other side as fast as you can.